right, thanks everybody for joining us. Welcome to Quick Tips Tuesdays. It's a beautiful Tuesday out today and excited to bring you some QuickBooks tips. We're going to be doing a little different today. I'm going to do just a quick explanation and show for you in QuickBooks Desktop, and then we're going to flip over to QuickBooks Online and show you something over there too. So I'm going to give you a taste of a little bit of both, just in case those of you that work in QuickBooks Desktop, give you a tip over there, and then if you are working in QuickBooks Online, I'll show you something over there as well. So before we get started, I want to let everybody know about our QuickBooks Desktop Advanced webinar class that's coming up next week, January 20th and the 21st. Make sure to sign up, get registered for that. It is going to be from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on both January 20th and January 21st. And we're going to be going through some advanced desktop topics, and we're going to be delving into all the great nicks and crannies of QuickBooks. So make sure to join us for that and shoot me an email and let me know that you're signed up, and shoot me some questions maybe that you want to go through, because we do like to make these webinar classes very geared towards what you guys are going through. We try to make it very interactive and personable to you and your business. So make sure to join us for that. We're excited for it. All right, let's jump into QuickBooks. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately and showing a lot of people how to make a backup. And this is important in QuickBooks so that you can send your file that you've been working on all throughout the year, get it sent to your accountant. So it's now January, and so we're needing to get that information sent over to our accountant, whether it's for 1099s or payroll reports or for a tax return. So I want to show you how to make a backup. This is just one method to getting your QuickBooks sent over to your accountant so that they can have it for the tax return or for the pay reports or 1099s or whatever it might be. So I'm going to show you first how to create the backup, and then I'm going to show you how to restore a backup. So if your accountant has sent you changes back after they've made adjustments for depreciation and whatever it might be, then they're going to send you a QuickBooks backup back. And I'm going to show you how to restore that back into your file so that you can continue working with the next year. All right, so first we're going to come up to File, and then we're going to Backup Company and create local backup. Now, QuickBooks has the option to do online backups, but we're going to show you local today. And it is a good idea to make these backups on a flash drive or a jump drive, something external regularly for your company, so that if something was to happen with your computer, you have a backup of it externally away from that computer. But today we're just going to be showing you how to do it, how to save that backup onto your computer so that you can then pull that backup in an email to send it to your accountant. Now, I like to send backups through a secure site, and so your accountant may have different preferences of how to get that backup to you. But in my emails, I have a link to send the file securely. And so you can just click on that link and then upload the file from there. But first, we've got to make the backup and get it saved somewhere where you know it is. It's located to where you can find it easily. So we'll go next from there and then save it now. You can also schedule future backups, but we're just going to save a backup right now. And then you can put it anywhere on your computer, but just make sure that you click this drop down so that you know exactly where it's being saved. So I know that my file is being saved on a place that is actual on my hard drive that I can pull it from again and be able to locate it and find it. So I'm going to hit save there, and it's just going to create that backup for me. It's working, it's verifying the data integrity, and it's actually all a backup is a smaller condensed version of your file, and it's not something that you can open up and be able to work in. You have to actually be able to restore that back to a big working QBW file before you can access it. So what I just made was a QBB type file, which is a condensed little version of it, so it's easy to send. And so then it says it's saved successfully, and then I hit OK. So as easy as that to get the file backup created, and then you can go forward and however it's the best way for you to get that file sent to where it needs to go, you can do it from there. Just keep in mind that you need to be able to locate it. So when you saved it, you put that file on a location that's easy to find. All right, so now let's go through how to restore it. So if I come up here to File and then Open or Restore Company, and it's going to give me some options here to either open a company file, but I want to restore a backup copy. So it says restore a backup file that's a QBB. Because if you now have gotten a QuickBooks file back from your accountant or wherever it might be, and you need to turn that QuickBooks backup back into a live working big file, because a QBB, if you double click on it, you can't even, it will say not recognizable. You can't open it just from itself. You have to restore it first to be able to work in it. So once somebody has sent you a backup that you now need to restore, the first step is to save that backup that they sent you somewhere onto your computer where you, again, can easily locate it and be able to pull it up and find it. So I want to restore the local backup that I just created. So let's say in this scenario, this backup right here is one that my accountant had sent me that backup, and I had saved it to this folder. I knew exactly where it's at. And the good thing about backups is they have timestamps right in the title of the backup, so you can make sure that you're pulling the correct backup that you saved. So I'm going to restore this one right here that I saved at 10:18 a.m. Click open and then next. And now it's going to say, where do you want to save your file? So make sure that you're saving it in a location where you know exactly where it's at so you can find it. Some people like to replace their previous file, and that's okay too, but you can either rename it so you know it's the new working file that you got from your accountant, or you can replace it if you want to just not have that old file sitting out there to where it can be confused and accidentally worked in, because this is now going to be our new big file that's the correct one. So this is what I would do if I wanted to replace it. I would say yes there, and it will even, I'll pull this over for you, it'll even ask me to confirm, and I have to type yes if I really want to replace it. So that is how you would actually go through, find your backup, replace it, restore it onto your computer. So you could either replace it or you could save it with a new name, and then it will put it in whatever file you tell it to and save it at that point. So that is how to make a backup, and that's how to restore a backup. Don't hesitate to message or post questions if you have anything related to that you're not sure about. Just to give you a heads up, there are other ways. You can send a company file. We could actually use the accountant's copy sending. That is kind of a form to where you can set dividing dates to where you could still work in your QuickBooks file while your accountant has it for the tax return. You would just be setting the dividing date to where you can work on it from that day forward, and they can work on it from any day before your dividing date. And then you can both be working on it at the same time, and then when they're done, they can send you the accountant's changes back, and you can then import them. So that's under this file, send accountant's copy, send company file, accountant's copy, and then client activities, and you send to your accountant. You can send it directly through Intuit. So Intuit actually then sends an email to your accountant with that file. You have to set a password for it, and you just give your accountant the password. So that's just another route to get your file over to your accountant for this time of the year when we're starting to get geared up for tax returns. All right, so that's what I have for QuickBooks Desktop. Let's flip over to QuickBooks Online. So I want to show you real quick. There has been a recent bill that has passed that now has PPP2. So the Paycheck Protection Program has its second round. And to qualify for this, I want to show you a report that you can pull, because to qualify for the PPP2, you have to have decreased gross revenues from any quarter in 2019 as compared to any quarter in 2020. So I want to show you a report that's going to easily tell you if that's the case or not. One nice report out of QuickBooks that will let you know if your income, your gross income has been reduced from 2019 to 2020 in any particular quarter. So we're going to do it for last year. So first I went to reports, and it was just under standard reports, and then profit and loss. So we're going to be looking at a profit and loss, but we're going to pull it for last year. And then we're going to, so if we hit run report, you can see it's just one nice profit and loss with all of our income and expenses, but we want to do it for total the columns by quarter. So then it's going to show me, if I hit run report, numbers for each quarter in 2020. But remember, to qualify for this, we need to compare it with the quarters in 2019. So we're going to hit select period and then previous year and then percentage change and then hit run report again. All right, so now you can see we want this total income number. Actually, it would be gross profit right here down below, and it will tell us the current, so that's the 2020 amounts, and also the prior year. So this is the first quarter of 2019 numbers right here. And this is the current, so that would be the first quarter of 2020 years right here. And so here we can see that it was decreased by 64%. So it just tells us right there, each quarter we can take a look. Here's 2020, here's 2019. We can see that it was decreased by 15%. So this quarter would not qualify as a 25% threshold, but this one would. And this one, the third quarter as well would, because it was reduced by 29%. So just a quick little nice report for you to be able to nicely see in one area what your gross profit went down for each quarter, what percentage it went down. So you want to just make sure you hit last year, display the columns by quarter, and then hit this compare another period and hit previous year and then percent change. And then just make sure to hit your run report for it to save or for it to update. And then you can also save your customization so that you can pull it up again and not have to recreate all of those steps that we went through. You just save your customization here. You can save it as profit and loss by quarter comparison or whatever you want to call it. And then you save. And then it will show up for you in your reports in your custom report section right in here as a saved report. All right, so that's what I have for everybody. Just a little taste of QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online. Don't forget to get signed up and registered for the January 20th and the 21st QuickBooks Advanced Desktop webinar series that we're going to be having. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.